So, Bolton pled not guilty. 8 counts, transmission of national defense info, 10 counts of retention of national defense info. He pled not guilty. He pled, I didn't do it, you MFer. I feel like he says MFer a lot. I feel like he does. And yes, it is lawfare. And yes, they're only going after him because of. I'm not saying he didn't do something wrong. I'm not. But compared to the other two, Comey, they're not going to get it. I don't even know if the Comey one will reach the status of actual trial. And Letitia James, nobody even wanted to look at that case. They pushed that thing around 100 times, and they kept saying no, 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 until finally Trump said, somebody needs to do something about this. So don't tell me it's not lawfare. And even when what's-her-name went, the new district, the new district AG there, nobody went with her to court to even, because they don't think there's a case there. With him, it's different. Biden even looked into him. But there are things about this is a little different because he's a kind of guy that knows a lot of stuff. And one of the things they were worried about is, did some of the things that he knew about and or maybe give a thumbs up to, how should we say this? You shouldn't do to try to extract information out of people. And that maybe he knew and that some of that stuff could have got out. So they thought, this is better that we don't pursue this. So we'll see. I think everybody who's ever worked at a high level in the government probably has crap they shouldn't have. Trump had stuff he shouldn't have had. They asked him for it back. They all have stuff they shouldn't have. Biden had stuff he shouldn't have had. Obama, I guarantee if you go to Obama, Bush, they all got stuff they shouldn't have. John Kerry's got stuff. Hillary, we know she's got stuff. Everybody's got stuff they shouldn't have. Doesn't mean it's right, just is what it is. And I think the big thing was he was hacked, they think, by Iranians. And the other thing was, and this was something that he showed it to his daughter and his wife, information. Because remember, some people said, well, what about his book? Hey, you can't go after him for the book. You just don't publish a book at that level after working at such a high level in the White House and in the military-industrial complex, because they want to know exactly what you're talking about. They have to be the ones that sign off. It goes through. They've got editors there that will go through it along with lawyers. They redact so much because the stories that these guys and gals know, man, those are the stories you want to hear. But you're not going to hear. You're not. So, yes, do I think that there's a chance here? I think there is. I think there's absolutely a chance that something might come of it. But we'll see over time. Because all of these things, a lot of times stuff starts out hot and heavy. And then the next thing you know, it disappears. But with John Bolton, the biggest thing for him, if you take away all of his security clearances and all those kind of things, those guys live off those stuff. Those things right there are dollars upon top of dollars, because if you're going to be a consultant at the level that these guys are, where you're on 4 different boards and they're paying you several $100,000 a year to sit there and give them, it's because you can go help them secure contracts because you have a clearance at a certain level. That stuff is the stuff that really hurts them in the long run. Absolutely. Speaking of hurt, we're coming after him. Maduro. We got all our stuff there.
Just 48 hours after the newest U.S. attack on a boat off Venezuela, we're learning of a massive show of military force off Venezuela's coast. ABC News confirming 3 nuclear-capable B-52 heavy bombers flew for hours in the Caribbean waters less than 90 miles from Venezuela.
Yeah, they're messing around. And do you understand it? Absolutely you understand it, right? Because they want to mess with it.
They shouldn't have put their country on top of our oil.
On top of our oil. I don't know what they were thinking. Well, it's about drugs, Chad. It's not really about drugs. Again, do we have to go into this? Because I got all the info if you want to.
Trump blames Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro for drugs coming into the U.S. and is trying to pressure him to step down. The administration offering $50 million for information leading to his arrest and conviction on drug charges.
And look, there are serious information that has been gotten with, people in the know about Maduro that had nothing to do with us on whether or not he is hooked up with the likes of the Cartel of the Suns. His two nephews were, so to say that he's not involved, but there's no drugs there that matter. First of all, they don't even produce drugs. It traffics through there anywhere between 5 and 15%. Why aren't we going to Colombia out of curiosity if we're that worried about, the drugs, right? Colombia.
We have to wait until they discover oil.
Oh, is that it? It feels like that's what it is. It feels like that's where we should be because that's where all that stuff is. So it's a fair question to ask because I've been saying it. I know that there is a, what was it? I think the New York Times had a thing because it is about oil. It absolutely is. The oil, and here's the thing. So everybody says, well, that oil's not very good. That's where you're wrong. First of all, they have the largest known reserve on the planet, 303 billion barrels of oil. Heavy crude, thick, tar-like, needs to be refined in a certain way. Here's the thing about that. Guess what we have here in the South? Special refineries, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, that specialize in heavy crude. Oh, and let's talk about some companies that, so when before Maduro, there was Hugo Chavez. That guy rolls in, he kicks out everybody, he nationalizes. Chevron, stop me if you've heard this company before. Halliburton. Oh, yeah. And several others that are, is it Schumbeckler and a few other ones that are just massive in the oil world. They're owed hundreds of millions of dollars. They've already been awarded. All of their stuff is there. And Chevron has the opportunity, if they were to get this back, I think it's the Orinoco Basin is where all of this oil is that they want, and that's where they were doing all their stuff. It's huge to them. Plus, it hurts. It hurts China. China buys a lot of their stuff. It hurts them big time if we were able to do this. But the drug thing, I was listening to Dan today. He's like, and it's cocaine. It's cocaine. But I thought fentanyl was the one that's killing everybody. Because it does. That one pill can kill is real. That stuff is awful. But that's China and that's Mexico. And we should be going there if we're going to do anything. And the other side of it is you've got Guyana. So Guyana next to them has the light sweet crude. And they're already drilling. They're already doing stuff there. And they want to protect it because Venezuela says, no, that's our land. We're going to come get this stuff. And you can't stop us.
Is Guyana's where Jim Jones had set up, right?
Yeah. And if he was smart, he would have realized, I'll just stay there long enough. He'd have been fine. They've got 11 billion barrels. ExxonMobil, Hess, Strablock, several others that are already there. And Exxon is already asking, and it has been for a while, asking for protection from what Venezuela's been doing. So the drugs say, well, Chad, but what about all these drugs? Okay, let's go over the drug side of stuff, which is fantastic. It's just, there's nothing there drug-wise that matters. Cocaine, it's not, I don't do cocaine. Bell, what's cocaine like?
Never done it.
You're supposed to say, dude,
it's the best, man.
That's what you were supposed to say.
It's like when I get up in the morning and I do that first line, it's like I can take on the universe.
I paint a house, then I unpaint it. No, it doesn't move the needle. Fentanyl's what we really want. Let's just be honest. That's why I wish Trump would just come out and say, look, this is why we're doing it. We don't like this guy. We need a regime change. But the problem with regime change is what? And there are a lot of people in the government. I don't know why they get so excited about trying to do stuff in Central and South America. We have destroyed that place on numerous occasions. Long before Trump was around or you and I were around, they've been trying to overthrow many places there and have caused more hell than anything else. So cocaine, 5 to 15% traffics through there. Not made there, not produced there. So that means the rest of it's where? Colombia. I don't hear them saying they're going to attack Colombia at all. And out of the stuff that's trafficked there, more than half of it ends up in Africa and Europe. That's why we know what it's about. And yeah, strategically, is it good if we can get in there and, I don't know who we're going to replace them with, but, they always think the next guy's going to be the good guy. Does it hurt China? Yeah, it would definitely hurt some China. If I'm China, that same day, if we did that, I'd think about going right into Taiwan. Taiwan's going to put up a bigger fight, though. I wouldn't be surprised if we did put boots on the ground that eventually they'd just welcome us in. But how's the rest of South America react to it? Colombia and a few other places. I don't know if they're going to be thrilled by this. Because, again, we have participated in a lot of this crazy stuff there. So, you start breaking it down, you look at it that way. It's just, and I heard, people say, well, what about Iraq? This is where people need to understand. This business, the oil stuff, they're like, we didn't get any oil out of Iraq. Yes, we did. It wasn't about the oil. It's about the companies that bring the oil out of the ground. And we got plenty of those companies over there that moved in immediately when Iraq fell. It's not about you or I. It's about those companies. And those companies pay well. They donate well. And as we all know, donations, they're all accepting them. Tomorrow, the No Kings. No Kings. I'm pumped. I'm going down there. I say that.
There's a crown out there that Matt had bought for me when we went to a Titans game. I'll let you borrow that if you want.
I might have to go down there.
Here's a king for you.
I should go to the spirit store and go get like a, what's it called? A cape. One of those kind of throws, like they're,
Get a scepter?
Yeah. You might have to go and announce me.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be good. I need to be announced. I can't just show up.
I'll need a scroll and a bullhorn so I can do my hear ye, hear ye.
Hear ye, hear ye. It is with great attention that I ask you to pay attention, you fools. You serfs.
Peasants.
Peasants indeed. Serfs. Oh, lordy, lordy. Coming up. Talk a little bit about China. China. What's going on there? Are we in the middle of this big battle with them? Actually, we are. China's not backing down at all. Zelensky's in the White House. And Luigi Mangione. So they're trying to get him to drop some cases on this guy. There's a couple things they're doing. It's very interesting, but it's also interesting what's going on with him. Talk about that, among other things, straight ahead. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. A lot of people talking about going down tomorrow. All the costumes everybody's going to wear to the No Kings rally. We're going to have somebody dressed as Elvis, the Burger King costume. We were talking about the other day.
Yeah, you got to get the Burger King out there.
They retired the Burger King guy, right, Bill?
Yeah, they got rid of the mascot because it was apparently scaring children to the point that it was affecting their brand as a family-friendly brand.
Yeah, well, it is pretty creepy if you think about it.
Well, he did have kind of an odd smile on his face.
Yeah. It is, when you think about, like if I was to think about a horror movie and I saw that, not knowing what the Burger King was, you would think, oh, that's a creepy costume thing. I like it.
It looks like something out of Five Nights from Freddy's.
Yeah, it does. Part 2's coming out in a little while. Five Nights at Freddy's. I did my countdown, my horror movie countdown. Today, number 11. If you guys have an hour to kill, it's only an hour movie. Done by a guy named Rob Savage. He actually did it as a joke. He pulled a prank on his buddies during the COVID and it was great. And it went viral. He said, I should do a movie about it. Shudder picked it up. It is 56 minutes long. It's called Host. Not The Host, just Host.
Okay.
About like 6 or 7 people that are having, because it's the height of the pandemic. They're all staying home. They decide to have a party, and they're all going to be on Zoom. And it's 56 minutes because 56 minutes is the only free time you get for Zoom. So you get 56 minutes of free time. It is terrifying.
Interesting.
They had to do all of their own stunts.
All right.
They had to do, so there's, one guy, there's a pulley, they had to do everything themselves, and he directed everything from Zoom. Nobody ever met. It was just all via Zoom.
Is it only available on Shudder?
No, I think you can get it elsewhere. So
My wife loves that channel.
Oh, it's great. It is really creepy. They do a seance, and
You should mess
they
with that
didn't
stuff.
quite respect the rules.
They're doing a seance, but they're all remote.
And they're all by themselves.
Wow.
Ooh, opening doors.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't respect it, and I think they didn't close out the seance. And you know what that means? It's a door that's wide open, kids.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I saw Peter said, they made a horror movie at the Banana Splits? I did see it. It was a great movie.
Man, on YouTube, I found, I typed in classic horror movies because I love those old, 40s and 50s horror movies. And I watched one last night called The Screaming Skull.
Oh.
And at the end of it, a man is wrestling with a skull that takes him out by biting a chunk out of his neck.
God, that's great.
I freaking loved it. And the skull's screaming the whole time.
Oh, those
I got
movies.
to be honest with you. Most of the horror movies that I watch, I would say 99.9% of them do not scare me, and I don't find them to have any sense of tension.
You would like, this is a good one. It'll creep you out. It is really, it's a good creep fest.
Now I want to watch it because you're
I'm
saying
going to check
that.
it out.
Yeah, it's a good, it's just because what we were going through at the time, where everybody, especially if you were, a single adult, you're at home by yourself, you're not meeting anybody, where everybody stayed indoors, and it starts out and it gets into it quick because it's only 50 some minutes long from start to finish.
56 minutes,
yeah.
you said.
My uncle saw this past week, and he saw Good Boy, the dog movie.
Oh, I want to see that. Yes.
So do you know about the guy that directed it? It's him, his wife, and his dog. It took him 2 years, and he would just do it on the weekends.
Yeah.
It was a trip. He's just like, yeah, let's go film. Good boy.
And it's from the dog's perspective.
Yeah, it's all from the dog's perspective. I love that.
Good boy.
Good boy. Good boy. Really, really, he said, dude, the movie's great. And he goes, the guy just did it. Yeah, he'd do it for a week or two. He'd have vacation. Then he'd do it the following weekend. It wasn't anything. He just thought, if I get this thing done. He goes, I think he filmed some of it on his iPhone, and it looks amazing.
Interesting.
I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love horror movies. All right, coming up, talk a little bit about China. It's very Chinese. Talk a little bit about that. We got some other good stuff as well we're going to get to still. Because it's a Friday, we're having fun. I'm going to talk a little bit about the passing of a legend-ish yesterday. Talk about that as well. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. What year was this?
74?
74.
No,
baby.
not 74. It'd be about 78.
Yeah, I was going to say 78.
It's got a little groove to it. Did this album do well?
It's from the same album as Rip It Out, which I played earlier.
Did he do anything? Did he have joined any other bands or anything like that? No. Ace Frehley died yesterday.
He had Frehley's Comet.
Well, that was a pseudo band. He was signed to the label, and everybody worked for him.
Yeah, that's a smart thing. That's it.
Not Hell Bop, Frehley's Comet.
Yeah, Hell Bops. You know what happens with the Hell Bops? Remember that.
Got to take yourself out.
You got to take yourself out with
Because
those
you got to
shoes.
get behind the Comet to meet the ship.
I just want to double check here, Heaven's Gate people. There's no way we're going to be using any of this junk in the future. So I want to make sure before I go and neuter myself. Oh, well, so he died, was he 74?
Yeah, 74.
And fell, hit his head, had a brain bleed.
Had a brain bleed.
Eventually ended up passing away.
He was, I think he was on life support for a little while, and my understanding is the family took him off life support yesterday.
That sucks. It's awful. And of course, all the, Kiss, they've all come out. He was greatest. He was this. They all say that. I don't know if I believe all that, but that's what you say. I asked you guys earlier, do you think that, if Steve Perry, something happened to him, or Neil Schon, would they ever say anything? Yeah.
Well, Tommy Thayer, who is the most current lead guitarist in Kiss, put out a really nice, long, complimentary remembrance of Ace. And somebody on Tommy's feed was like, yeah, you're the guy who ripped him off and, basically stole his image and all this. And it's like, dude, there's a time to be a dick, and this isn't it.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's so true.
Brother Bill Tanica.
That is so true. And you know what? This guy, how old's the new guitarist?
He's in his 50s.
Yeah, see? So he was probably not even born when they were fighting. Like he did this to him.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's like Tommy had nothing to do with Ace quitting, and somebody was going to be put into that hole. And Tommy's lucky that Gene and Paul picked him to go into that position.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because he was probably making, $300,000 a year while he was in the band.
Pretty good money.
That's not bad money for just doing that.
Yeah, that's good money. I wouldn't say no to that.
And Tommy didn't.
Yeah, there you go. Smart thing to do. If you had that chance to do it. You know what's funny? We were talking the other day about streaming. I was watching have you ever seen those two guys? I'm sure if you've on the internet, they're two young guys. They're always talking about investments, and they get big people on there. And they had one of these big, not streamers, but a music guy. And they were asking him how much money he gets per stream. And I was actually shocked. He goes, I get $1,000 per million. And I thought, that's pretty good. Or $3,000 per million. I think it was $3,000. So he goes, now I don't own all of mine. He goes, but that's what you get on average, like $3,000 per million streams. He goes, and I'm thinking, well, I wonder how much he streams. He goes, because they asked him, because one guy's like us. He goes, how much do you guys think I make? Because they asked him how much you make on streaming. And one guy said, I think you make $150,000 a month. The other guy said, I think you make $500. And he starts laughing. He goes, no, I make about $150,000, $200,000 a month off streaming. But some of that goes to, because he's one of his big songs, he sold a big portion of it to somebody else. But he goes, generally it's about $3,000 per million streams. And that's for a person that I didn't even recognize. That's pretty damn good.
I wouldn't turn it down.
You got to think about the revenue streams that this generation has. So, like Kiss, what do you think how many YouTube subscribers do you think they have?
They sold everything from the logo to the music and all of it to a company called Pop House.
Pop House. So
they got $380 million for it though.
That's pretty good money. I mean, if you can get it, that is pretty good money. But if they were to have their own, kept all that stuff, and while it was going on, you would sit there and say to yourself, okay, you guys got how many millions of subscribers? So you're getting, you have 3.26 million subscribers. So you're making at least $2-3 million a year off that.
Well, that's subscribers. You're talking about views.
No, they have 3.2. Yeah, the views, but on average, you look at subscribers. So, but the views, they get hundreds of millions of views. I mean, one of the things I just saw had almost 1 billion views. So over time, it adds up.
That's over time.
So, and then you've got all the other things that you're attached to. So stuff's coming at you in ways that it never was before. And you don't even, so you wonder why you see these 22-year-old kids who can afford a Ferrari.
Yeah.
It's because they're making $200,000 a month off their streams.
You got to wonder what, in the overall general scope of things, what Mr. Beast pulls in a year.
What do you think he pulls in?
I don't know.
Let's take a look. Mr. Beast revenue, because he is the first streamer that's billion. He's a billionaire. Okay. Take a wild guess. Everyone want to take a wild guess?
100 million.
All right. Let's see here. And then, Ken, do you know who Mr. Beast is?
Yes.
All right. Take a guess how much Beast Industries generated last year.
As far as revenue?
Yep.
101 million.
473 million. They expect it to more than double this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a billionaire on paper, but you know what's funny? They ask him how much money. He goes, I have like $600,000 to make. That's it. He gives because everything else is in. He puts it all back into the business and everything else.
He also
Interesting.
He lives in the warehouse where they do all of their work.
Yeah. That's crazy, right? I mean, I wonder because somebody tried to buy it a few years ago. I don't know who it was that tried to buy. Was it Disney or somebody tried to buy Mr. Beast? And I think they offered him $1 billion, but the valuation for the Mr. Beast. So he's the biggest streamer, the biggest YouTuber, the biggest everything. They tried to buy him, and they value it now at $2.6 billion for all of his channels. He has 400 million subscribers. His snack brand, Feastables, does 375 million.
Oh, so that was just the original number you gave was just streaming in YouTube?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that stuff. So his Amazon, he's got an Amazon deal, extreme exclusive content for them, $100 million. The Mr. Beast burgers, he's got all of this stuff. And here's the other thing, which people don't talk to a lot about. He also has his hands where he kind of produces others and he takes some of their revenue.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Totally makes sense.
I mean, just if he's on there as a producer and it says produced, or co-produced by Mr. Beast Brands or whatever it is, that's going to lend it a certain amount of credibility right off the bat.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Him. We did a big social media thing today. The cost that some of these people can get for throwing something out there is huge. It's just. You can't even. It changes like if the Labubu phase. That weird. Have you seen the Labubus?
Yeah. What are those little things?
So the Labubus are these little dolls that are these fuzzy things, and you don't know what you get. You order a Labubu, and if you get it, it comes, and it's always a surprise what Labubu you're going to get. So you get this Labubu, and they're just something that there's these little collectibles, kind of like Beanie Babies back in the day, and. It was, how did it start? A couple celebrities wore them on their purse. And the next thing you know, everybody wanted them.
There you go.
And it changed everything
Just
now.
Just like that. We got to make something like that, boys.
We do. I'm telling you. It's a smart thing. You got to. Remember Massimo, the clothes company? There's a clothing company called Massimo. And this guy was so smart. So it was a big company for a while. I don't know what happened to it. I think he retired, sold it off to Target, I think. And when he was younger and his company was booming, his kids were in like this big school, like she school. He would invite the 10 most popular kids to his warehouse and he would tell them, take all the clothes you want because he knew they were going to influence other kids to buy the clothes. This was pre-internet.
Smart man.
Yeah. And, like we were talking earlier about soccer, Pele was the first person to get a shoe deal that was worth anything, and it was Puma that paid him $100,000 at the World Cup. But they said, we've got to see the Puma cleat. And right before the kickoff, he bent down and he retied his shoes so they could see that it was Puma. And that was for, we didn't know what was going on back then.
Smart.
Very smart. 100,000 goes a long way.
Yeah.
Jimmy Donaldson. That's right. His revenue, this year they expect him to be huge. Wow. My goodness. Pitch Deck says $899 million this year. He sends every penny back into his companies and doing stuff.
Well, yeah, and he does a ton of charity work.
Oh, yeah. And then everybody gets mad at him.
Yeah, it's white supremacy. He's building wells in Africa so people have clean water.
That was so, if you guys didn't see, that's like a big thing of his. He goes to Africa and he will go to these small villages and he helps put wells in. And
so they have clean water to drink.
So they have clean water. And they get mad at him. It's like, white savior complex.
Yeah, Kylie's probably really mad at him.
Probably.
He rebuilt an orphanage over there?
Yeah. Gave them all computers, rebuilt schools.
That's racist.
And they accused him of, white savior complex on that too. Let's leave the kids in the rundown orphanage with nothing.
How dare he? You know what? If it was Oprah, it'd be fine. Remember when Oprah did that? She had her school. That didn't go well. Kanye had his school. That didn't go well. Remember Kanye's school?
Vaguely.
Kanye, if you guys go, Kanye's school, he had one of those charter schools. It was 2 stories, but nobody was allowed to go upstairs because I guess he's got a fear of stairs. So nobody could go upstairs.
So they just didn't use it?
So they just didn't use it. And the second thing was the only thing the kids got, because he loved sushi all day, the kids, that was basically what they got was sushi.
I didn't roll in that school.
Yeah. I don't think the kids were thrilled by it. Some maybe, but not every day, not all the time. All right, coming up, we're going to wrap it up. Matt is here. I saw him wander by, and I saw him here earlier today. We'll wrap up the Friday edition of the Chad Benson Show straight ahead. Oh, we're wrapping it up. Matt's here, baby. The welcome back. What's happening, brother?
Solving the world's problems.
One problem at a time.
One
you
problem
going to the
at
No
a
Kings
time.
rally tomorrow?
I'm not. I'm going to talk about that today. I wonder if I should. I mean, I've got football to watch. I've got weekend to do, so I don't know.
Tomorrow Georgia plays?
Georgia plays Ole Miss, as I call them, or Ole Miss, as some people refer to them.
That's that would be Lane Kiffin's team.
Lane Kiffin. Tough team. They beat us last year badly. That would be in Oxford, so be watching that around 2:30. What time are these No King? We don't have Kings,
10
right?
a.m.? No, we don't have.
I think they've already been successful.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
We had a king once.
They need to maintain that vigilance.
Yeah. Well, somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to stay on the watch.
How many of the, I don't know. I mean, good for them. Let's keep it peaceful, folks. Y'all have a good time.
Yeah.
Clean up your trash. Leave only footprints and take only memories.
I love that. You know what's funny? Ezra Levin is the guy who's put all this stuff together. He said, look, everybody thinks it's Trump. This is not about Trump. This is about, sometimes people are our opponents. Sometimes this is about as much about the oligarchs and the wealth and the power that certain people.
Wait, the indivisible guy says it's not about Trump?
Yeah.
It's 100% about Trump. It's 1,000% about Trump.
No, I think a lot of it also has to do with the big oligarchs.
Oh,
that is allowed to be
where was the No Kings rally when Biden was president? Oh, it didn't exist.
Because he's a jester.
It didn't exist. Okay. It's 1,000% about Trump.
No, I don't think it's. I think it's about. When I went out there, a lot of it that day I went out to that other one that was a lot more about the power of the capitalistic guys who've wrapped themselves around.
The indivisible group does not care about the oligarchs that are on their side, like the Soros clan.
It's actually the Soros is not. It's not. You know who it is? It's Walton.
But I mean, the point being is that the people that are on their ideological side, they don't seem to care that those people infuse hundreds of millions of dollars in the political process. It's only people that they disagree with. I just find it funny.
Yeah, but I don't, like you said, go have fun, dress up like chickens, whatever. I mean, nothing's going to change. I just think there is a lot of, because do I understand? There's a lot, the crony capitalism, especially with the the tech garks, I worry a little bit about. Palantir.
Or the Zuckerbergs of the world? Or
the Palantir's more than that. Zuckerberg is one thing. Palantir is a whole new ball game.
I don't know. I don't know enough about them.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. What is Palantir?
Palantir is this is the company that the CIA was the first funders in.
Oh, that's good.
And it's
that's going to end well.
The PayPal mafia guys, Thiel and all of them. They're the ones who are behind. Everybody's going digital. You got no choice. Your digital license, we're going to look at everything. This is the one you worry about, the social credit score kind of thing. Mm-hmm. These are the kind of people that you would think, yeah. So that's what I worry about because I like liberty and I like my freedom.
I like freedom. I like that. I like those things.
Those are good things.
Those are good things. Freedoms and liberties and truth. Those are all good things.
Truth is good. That's good.
I like truth.
That's good.
I don't think Superman's for the American way anymore, but he didn't say it in the movie.
No. I like donuts.
Man, I like donuts. I think I'm going to get some donuts in celebration of the No Kings rally.
That's good. Kings probably don't. They would like donuts. They can't have them, though.
What's that cake they make in New Orleans that's got king in the title?
It's called the King's Cake.
We should get a King's Cake.
Got a little plastic baby in it. Better be careful.
Yeah, if you could eat the baby. He's not kidding.
I know.
Eat the baby.
I know.
And isn't it, Ken, that if you get the baby, you're going to have a baby or something?
Something like that.
I stay away from them.
Yeah.
I don't need any babies.
I'll be the one that chomps down on it and needs a crown.
Yeah, I was going to say, then all of a sudden you lost a tooth. And you're like a baby because you're missing your teeth.
I sleep like a baby.
That's a good
Wake
thing,
up every
too.
30 minutes crying.
Crying, have to go to the bathroom.
Pooping myself.
Sounds like a party in New Orleans.
What are you doing this weekend?
You know what? Watch a little football. I thought about going down. I thought about going down and checking out some of the craziness.
What surprised me is that there are now. I think in probably some of the major cities and the bigger ones, that people will try to act out. But what surprises me is I think I read there are 30 in Tennessee.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. There's supposed to be 2,600 across the country.
I feel like you're subdividing a little too much, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're watering down. Would you rather have one big one or two big ones?
Or I feel like Tennessee could capably support 10 No Kings rallies.
Yeah.
But 30?
With a decent sized crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
You could have a No Kings rally with like 18 people there.
You could have people just old Hickory.
The Mount Juliet No Kings rally. There's 4 people there.
Oh, my goodness. Matt, straight ahead. You guys have a good week, and we'll do it again on Monday.